So, looking back, am I right in saying that your first involvement with Big Finish as the Third Doctor was in 2013? Is that right?
As the Third Doctor, yes, but I worked with Big Finish for about 3 years before that, playing various monsters and aliens and gods and soldiers and terrorists and too many to mention. But yeah, I think it was I think it was 2014 actually. I started with the Third Doctor.
I believe it was Light at the End was the first one as the Third Doctor. Is that right?
Oh yes, so that was okay. Yes, that was the previous year. That's right.
That was a little piece. I must ask though, what's it like either being approached or approaching Big Finish and getting all these different roles? How is that for you? I guess there's a lot of variety when they call you up and ask you when you're doing various things. Anyway.
Well, initially it was John Dorney, who writes and acts for Big Finish and script edits and does everything else. He was a couple of years above me in drama school, and I met him at a party in some field somewhere, and he said, "Oh, you won the Carlton Hobbs Award, which is a BBC radio award." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, we'll have to get you in for Big Finish." So the next thing, I'd emailed David Richardson and Nick Briggs, and they got me in. And my very first Doctor Who was with Tom Baker, and it was Destination Nerva. And I played lots of roles after that, in not just in Doctor Who, in the Avengers and the Survivors and a few other things. But Tom had said, because I was playing this Victorian zombie lord who was sort of building an empire in space, as they do, and I picked this rather camp, sort of very sort of camp voice, play him. And Tom said, "Oh, he sounds like John," and so I think the seed was sown then.
Because I was about to ask, it happens a lot more now with David Bradley, let's say, playing the first Doctor and what have you, but probably around that time, it was just starting to become an option to play an already existing Doctor. I was about to ask what went into you getting that role. Do you think it was just that comment, or do you think there was more along the way?
I think that probably sowed the seed, and I think Big Finish, there was a wish from some fans that some of the story, the Third Doctor stories and the second and the first were missed, and so there was a little bit of a cry for somehow that to happen. And I think John Pertwee had passed away in '96, and I think they felt that respectful time had elapsed where they could maybe consider bringing it back. And I think Katie was keen. She said as long as it wasn't someone just doing an impression. And so and the first they approached me. I was in New York doing a play on Broadway. No, it wasn't. That wasn't on Broadway. That was in New York though. It was King Lear with Frank Langella, who you probably know as Dracula, and as he's also in the X-Men, isn't he, as well? Skeletal. And I got a phone call when I was in New York, and at the time I was in New York, so I was like, yeah, okay, great, fantastic. And then when I came back and it came nearer, then I pooed myself a little bit. Sort of it dawned on me the huge thing that was being asked. And luckily, the first volume they used me as a narrator role as well, to ease into it. So it wasn't just someone suddenly being the Third Doctor. It was a narrator who also spoke the Third Doctor's lines. So I think that's very cleverly how they managed to do it.
Absolutely.
Was Light at the End kind of like a testing the waters?
It must have been, yeah. I mean, I was only about 2 or 3 lines in there, which were distorted. And that was before sort of, at the time, I didn't take that as, oh, you're playing the Third Doctor. It was just another part. So I probably sort of did that as I would any other job. I wish now I'd get time, if time could roll back somehow as it does in Doctor Who, I could have worked on that in a different way. But at the time, it was just, it was just another job.